Welcome back to Soda City Live, everything. Soda City Live, everyone. Oh my goodness. I'm like speaking because I'm so excited about the food. I can't even get my sentences together. We have Chef John Cooper of Aladia's Restaurant in Lexington to show us how to make a winter steak, because one of the best things about the holidays, Chef, is that we have great presents, but we like to eat good food as well. So you're going to help us with making this steak, but we have to mention he really knows what he's doing, guys. You want to tune in because he was one of 3 chefs from the area that traveled to Houston for the World Food Championship. You've actually gone to that championship twice.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're a top chef. So we're going to listen to everything that you have to say about this. But my first question is, when it comes to making a steak, if someone's like me, you always end up probably overcooking it. You don't get the temperature just right. So what is the first step into making a perfect steak?
The first step is to look at the thickness of your steak and to not go in ripping hot. You can keep it like medium-high heat, but a lot of people tend to just put it all the way on 10 and go from there and not have a timer near them. For me, timers are lifesavers.
Oh my goodness. So you don't want your pan like on high?
No.
Okay, that's where you mess. Okay,
you'll burn it before it's fully cooked.
Okay, so maybe that's common knowledge to some, but hey, I'm trying to learn too. So that's great. So when it comes to making this winter steak, I imagine that the seasoning is also of importance as well.
Yes. So we have a tri-tip hanger steak that has been marinated in a burgundy red wine, and it is encrusted with black peppercorns, salt, and a little bit of mustard.
Okay.
A little bit of whole mustard seed. Yes.
Is that like a fatty cut?
There's only one hanger steak in a cow, and so you're gonna get a little off pieces like this that there's hardly any gristle or fat, but you have some on the top, none quite in the middle. Now I have one that I already cooked over here that may have some gristle in the middle, and it's not too fatty.
Okay, cool.
So it's pretty lean, and we can go ahead and put this on. And when you're putting a steak in, always put it away from you so that if oil splashes, it doesn't splash at you.
All right, yeah.
And that's a good little pro tip for us.
Alrighty.
Next thing we're gonna do is prepare one of our garnishes, which I've shaved some Parmesan over there onto a silpat tray and little rows like that.
Okay.
And I like this mat because it can kind of tell me where everything is gonna go and how big it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So we're gonna throw in the oven at 400 degrees for 3 minutes.
At 400 degrees for 3 minutes.
I can get it.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. And so just plain Parmesan cheese.
Yep, grated.
In the oven. Okay.
And by the time we're ready to flip the steak, we can take those out and you'll see how beautiful it is.
All right, nice.
Okay, now next is our accompaniments. This is farro with Italian sausage. Farro is a grain similar to barley and wheat. Now we've cooked this 2 to 1 amounts of water to dry grain, and then we have celery, red pepper, and onion. So we can just put this right in the pan.
Okay.
And we're just gonna reconstitute the liquid in it with a little bit of water that I have in that cup. You can just put like 2 tablespoons, just a little bit in there. Maybe a little more than that.
A little more? Okay.
And then once that water is getting soaked up, we will add cold butter to it and spin it in, and that'll give it a nice creaminess to it that we all love.
And so cold butter, because that's what makes it creamy, not if
Cold butter will make it creamy because it'll help the fat emulsify into the water that's around it.
Okay.
If you use already separated butter, the butter will leach out onto the plate and not fully emulsify.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. And so while we're doing this, we're still just watching our steak.
We're just watching our steak. We're gonna move it around a little bit around the pan. And we're looking for a crispiness in the sear of it. That's called the Maillard effect. That's whenever you caramelize the sugars on a steak. And over here, I prepared some rosemary fig demi-glaze
that sounds good.
that I'm just keeping warm. And some people get kind of worried to put like multiple sauces on a plate or whatever, but it's okay as long as they work together and balance each other out.
As long as they complement each other in case they run together.
So I have a fig and rosemary demi-glaze, and this is a wild berry gastrique. And a gastrique is just a balsamic reduction with any kind of fruit or berry that is reduced down with sugar, pureed, and it's super smooth in texture, and that's going to give us a nice purple hue.
It kind of reminds me of the texture of a little bit of barbecue sauce, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's nothing like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, so it gives you that sweet and tangy flavor when you have those sauces.
And because we're going for a winter steak, a lot of fall and winter foods have sage, like sage sausage and all that stuff.
Okay.
So I have fried crispy sage until the water has boiled out of it, and now it just leaves a nice crispy
looks good.
aromatic thing. Next, that's really exciting for this plate, it's Christmas time and we see ornaments everywhere and a lot of colors. So this is red pepper.
Oh, okay, wow.
And what it is red pepper pureed with water, and however much weight that is, 1% agar, which is a vegetarian gelatin substitute. And then you get it warm and you mix it all together and you drop it in a really cold oil. And then voila, you have caviar that is flavored like red pepper.
That's nice, and I can only imagine the visuals too, because when you're making this food, you want to make sure your visuals are great when you're plating it. So now you're flipping the steak. Now, what temperature are you cooking this to?
I like a good medium rare, and especially this isn't a super thick piece of meat. I want to have enough like redness to it that I can bite through in one bite.
All right, perfect. Well, Chef, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue to cook and work on this winter steak here in the kitchen. And when we come back, we're going to show you the final product and how you can make a meal like this at home. Stay with us.